Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome everyone on YouTube, on Instagram, and I'll call it our live studio audience on Zoom. This is Dr. Herbert Harris, and this is Success Mentorship Class number 364. And our topic for today is renegotiate your life. And today we have a super duper guest speaker, Christine Quinn. And I was looking at Christine's bio, and she has been, I'll call her truly the mighty Quinn with training in sales, in personal development, and has been one of those people that has always been able to get the job done. I was looking at some great words from her, and I just want to add these. She said, to be successful, sales should never be impersonal. Make it personal by remembering that no two people are the same. It's a simple path. Create a relationship, find out what they need, help them get it, show them how to do the same thing with others, and repeat, repeat, repeat. So those words are so powerful, and we can't wait to hear from you, Christine. Once again, just sort of doing a little housekeeping. We have a lot of people on our Zoom this morning. Thank you for being here, and a lot of folks on YouTube. Thanks for being here. Of course, our many of our messages are based on our book, The 12 Universal Laws of Success, and we invite you to visit our website, herbertharris.com, to learn about our book and other great topics that we use. So let us get started now with our meditation so that we can be centered and prepared to hear Christine Quinn. Let's close our outer eyes, open our inner eyes. Take a deep breath, let it out slowly. Take a deep breath, let it out slowly. And in this space of peace and relaxation, we are at peace with ourselves. I am at peace with myself. Let us affirm that together. I am at peace with myself. And just let that peace sink in. And in this state of peace and relaxation, our minds are open, receptive, and ready to learn. My mind is open, receptive, and ready to learn. Let us affirm that together. My mind is open, receptive, and ready to learn. Take a deep breath. Let it out slowly. Wow. Christine's topic was one that when she said it, it revolutionized everybody's lives. Right then, sometimes when you can hear a topic and it hits such a chord, you go like, wow, yes, yes, yes. And so Christine will be speaking today on renegotiate your life. Christine, take it away.
Thank you, Dr. Harris. I'm going to start by saying I was finished, but we'll get back to that in a little while. I'm here to share a concept that has changed lives, the power of renegotiation. Today, change is happening so fast. I mean, you can literally stand on a street corner and watch it happen, you know? Um, the great statesman Bernard Baruch said, people are like fruit. When they're green, they grow. When they're ripe, they rot. And it's true, you know. So we're all in a stage of growth and change. And even though change is our only constant, the normal reaction to change is resistance. Resistance, even what we're doing is not working. Okay. So let's change the word change. Change the word change to renegotiate. Okay. Um, Shy people resist speaking up, even if they hate their own silence. Angry people resist tempering their anger, even if it's pushing away the people they love. Smokers resist quitting. Overweight people resist exercise. Dangerous drivers resist driving safely. And I could go on and on and on, but you guys get the idea. The answers are simple. When things are not working, do something different. One of the things we've always taught in our seminars, and you may want to write this one down, is if I always do what I've always done, I'll always get what I always got. And that's a fact. So renegotiate your agreements. Ask for more time, more help, more funding, etc. Now, when I talk about renegotiating agreements, I want to go back to kind of where we started with this topic. This talk basically came about from one of our mastermind sessions about commitments. And I'm a very firm believer in commitments. Um, One of the other things we teach in our classes is my life works in direct proportion to the commitments I make and keep. Okay. I actually printed out a sign for my wall, and it says, no matter how valid, an excuse never changes performance. It's right on my wall, right in front of me every day. But I'll come back to that one. Anyway, um, that day, everyone was so concerned about commitments and the possibility of life getting in the way of them. So I felt real compelled to remind everyone about the power of renegotiation. That doesn't mean to blow off a commitment, okay? It means exactly what I said. You have the right to renegotiate, whether that's with yourself or with others. It means to get another clear agreement. I have one quote in my husband's book. His book is The Love-Based Leader. And my quote is clarity at all costs, or it costs you all. So getting clarity on your agreements is very, very important. So renegotiate those agreements. Renegotiate your plans. Reschedule. Pick a new destination. Change the project. Or I should say, renegotiate the project. I'm changing that word change out. Renegotiate your goals. Okay, I'm not going to lose 10 pounds by Easter. So let's shoot for 7 or maybe by June. You know, you can renegotiate with yourself as well. We tend to box ourselves in quite a bit. Renegotiating your life is finding something good about yourself, your future, your family, your job, and celebrate that. The answers are not easy, but they are simple. But there is a problem. It's called self-imposed limitations, right? That's the box we put ourselves in. Your challenge is to discover what you're doing to get into your own way and overcome it by doing something differently. Otherwise, like I said, if I always do what I've always done, I'll always get what I always got. Or as Einstein said, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. So here's the top 10 self-imposed limitations I kind of came up with. The good news, they're all beatable. Okay. Number 1, fear of failure. What if I mess up? How do you overcome that? Well, renegotiate with yourself again. Take small calculated risks. And you want to build, that'll help you build your confidence. You know, like how to eat an elephant, one bite at a time. So break things into smaller portions so that you can attain that goal. Fear of judgment. What will people think? How do you overcome that? Try this for a mantra. What other people think of me is none of my business. It's a book. I actually got the book. I haven't read it yet, but I actually got the book. I didn't know it was a book until one of these sessions. Somebody told me that. So it was great. Number three, perfectionism. It has to be flawless before I start. I have a son that's like that. If it isn't perfect, he won't do it. Um, so how do you overcome that? Well, renegotiate again. Publish, launch, share your work before you feel you are ready. Okay? Because if you're in that phase of perfectionism, you'll never be ready. Number four, the imposter syndrome. Feeling like a fraud. I'm not qualified. How do you overcome that? Make yourself a wins list, or I like to call it a blessings list. And I like to put, anywhere from 3 to 10 things that I've done well in my mind, write it down before I go to bed. Okay. Procrastination. I'll do it later. We got procrastinators in the house. I'm one. I don't know. Okay. How do you overcome that? Use what's called the 5 minute rule. Work on a task for 5 minutes at a time. Go away, come back to it for 5 minutes. So take 5 minutes, 5 minutes, back and forth. I like to make it 15 minutes. I think I get more done in 15 minutes. And man, you guys would be amazed at how much you can get done in 15 minutes. And then acknowledge yourself each time and reward yourself when the job is done. And that reward could be anything. It could be, I'm going to give my husband a hug, or I'm going to for me, I like those little baby Heath bars. I go give myself a baby Heath bar when I feel good about what I've gotten accomplished. Number six, a fixed mindset. I'm just not good at this. We got anybody with that one? So, how do you overcome it? Use the word yet. I'm not good at this yet. Seek constant learning, books, courses, mentors. Okay. Oh, number seven, a scarcity mentality. There's not enough money, opportunity for everyone. How do you overcome that? How do you renegotiate that? Practice gratitude and retrain your brain for abundance. Okay? I'm looking at Nikki nodding over there. Let's see what else. Number eight, comparing yourself to others. I'll never be as good as them. No, you probably won't. But why should you try? You want to be the best you can possibly be. Okay? How do you overcome that? How do you renegotiate that? Celebrate small wins. You want to build your confidence. Mother Teresa's quote, it's not about doing great things, it's about doing small things with greatness. Be the best you can possibly be. Number nine, waiting for motivation. I don't feel like it. Boy, am I guilty of that one. How do you overcome that one? Use accountability partners for external motivation. I have two now. So I'm having trouble keeping up with both of them, but I do have two accountability partners. And it helps. It really helps. I find myself at the end of the day looking at what did I commit to doing? And it's 9 o'clock at night. And oh God, I didn't finish that. What do? I run around and finish it. So it really does make a difference. And number 10, fear of success. What if I can't handle success? How do you overcome that? How do you renegotiate that? Visualize your desired results with excitement daily. So if you're visualizing it, I want you to see it, hear it, feel it. Okay? What does it smell like if you accomplish whatever it is you're trying to accomplish? Add all your senses in, because once you add all your senses in, as Dr. Harris would say, it goes along the right vibration. Okay? Um, Self-imposed limitations are mental habits, and they're changeable. Okay? Breaking free starts with awareness, action, and mind shifts. Mind shifts? Well, mindset shifts is probably what I should have said. You have more potential than you think. Which limitation do you want to overcome first? Renegotiate your life. You don't like where you're at? Renegotiate it. I'm not going to say change it because we all hate change. Just renegotiate it. In 2008, I was diagnosed with MS. I quickly went from being a regional sales manager for a national insurance company and being able to party and dance all night, which was one of my favorite things to do, to needing help just getting out of a chair. Okay. How valid do you think that excuse was? Pretty valid. I was depressed. I even contemplated suicide. I hated being handicapped and feeling like a burden. But then when I was at my very lowest, I woke up. Oh, that's not the page I want. I'm getting my notes confused here, guys. But I literally took myself from being handicapped to handicapable. I changed the verbiage in my head. All right. I went downhill very quickly once I was diagnosed. The doctors put me on drugs that basically worked like knockout drops for me. I could and did fall asleep mid-sentence sometimes on a phone call. My husband would pick up the phone and go, "She's gone, honey. She'll call you back." This is true story. I was a couch potato. Coach never believes me when I say that, but I was. I was a total couch potato. I needed help just to be able to get on and off the toilet. You know how humiliating that can be? Really bad. But I've studied alternative medicine since I was 16, but nothing was working on this MS. All right. I found some supplements that actually started to help me, thanks to Coach Smile. And I started turning around. All of a sudden, I could stand up for more than 5 minutes at a time. This was a big shift for me. For you guys, that sounds like nothing, but for me, this was huge. Um, but I still remember the day I decided to break through believing what the doctors had told me, because the doctors had told me I would never get better. I was only going to get worse. Right? Well, if you get to know me well, you get to know I'm pretty hard headed. So I just said, I'm not going to let some damn disease control me. And I got up and I got off the couch and I started moving a little bit. And that was a big change. That was a major life renegotiation, you think? So after waking up, I stopped focusing on what I could not do and changed my mindset to focus on what I could do. Maybe it was laundry for 5 minutes at a time because that was all I got. Okay. But I started focusing on that. Not what I could not do, but what I could do. And that changed everything. I went from couch potato to becoming a founding member of the Great Discovery. I created new friends. I built a growing business. And I now coach others to success. It took time, but time's going to pass anyway, whether you renegotiate your life or not. So, are you using time creating something, changing something, or just killing time? Yes, I still have MS. Yes, I still have pain. Yes, I still long for what used to be. And yes, I renegotiated my life to do the things I can do. And I'm very proud of me. And because of all of that, Coach nicknamed me the Mighty Quinn. I liked that. It was a positive affirmation, so I'm using it. um, Renegotiating your life isn't about changing your circumstances, it's about changing the one thing you can control, your attitude. Pat yourself on the back for every win, pat yourself on the back for every failure. That sounds weird, doesn't it? But I used to teach my people, and I'm pretty sure Dr. Harris does this too. Count the no's you get. Because for every certain amount of no's, you'll figure out your own ratio to how many no's before you get to a yes. So celebrate those failures. Don't be afraid to do that. Acknowledge yourself daily or more. You could do it multiple times a day. Remember, self worth does not come from other people, or they would call it others' worth. This is self worth. In closing, instead of wanting to kill me, I chose to celebrate me, and you can too. But you have to want it. Do you want it? Do you want it? Then do it. Thank you, Dr. Harris. You're muted, Dr. Harris.
I'm shouting in the background so loudly, I'm blowing myself away. Wow, wow, wow. Christine, thank you so much. That was an amazing sharing, an amazing. About it. I got notes. I got 2 pages of notes. I was so busy writing. I think I missed number 8, but we're gonna find it.
Tell you number 8. Number 8 was comparing yourself to others.
Oh boy, comparing yourself to others.
Yeah,
Well, I
that was
tell
the
you,
Mother Teresa quote too. Do you want the Mother Teresa quote?
yes.
It's not about doing great things. It's about doing small things with greatness.
Oh wow. I tell you, Christine, thank you so much. You have shared some powerful information, and I think a great idea, a great example of overcoming challenge. When you said that word, renegotiate your life. I remember we were having one of our sessions, and Dawn said, "I got it," and everybody, I wrote it down. Every now and then, you hear an idea that just encapsulates what you're thinking and what you're feeling and where your state of mind. And so it gave such power to first that we have the power to renegotiate our lives. That's an awesome power because as you were sharing, as you were saying, no excuses. I love that. It's almost like the better the excuse, the worse it is. So no excuses. And so when you're in that mindset of renegotiating your life, that's a great power because it's also a confirmation that you are a co-creator of your life. You know, God gave you breath and time, and the rest is up to you. Wow, wow. Well, Christine, I can't wait for our discussion. Let me wrap up our live broadcast, folks. Those of you out there in cyberspace, this morning, this morning, you have heard a jewel. You have heard an idea that as a matter of fact, Christine, you have given everyone a gift. A gift now that once you have it, there's no excuse for not doing whatever you have to do to transform your life, no matter what your situation, no matter how bad it may appear. But you now have a tool to reconstruct, redefine, and most of all, renegotiate your life. So, those in cyberspace, thanks for being with us. Be sure to visit our website, herbertharris.com. Get a copy of the 12 Universal Laws of Success, and be sure to schedule a success consultation so that we can talk about ways for you to change your life from what it is to whatever you desire it to be. Remember this, you can be what you want to be, do what you want to do, and have anything you desire, always knowing that the best is yet to come. And so it is.